I'm always on the lookout for animations and series that I've never heard of before, and when I discovered the Pogo special, birthday special, I thought I'd check it out. And honestly, I didn't really care for it. I feel like it's probably more enjoyable if you're a fan of the comic strip, which I'll kind of talk about in a moment, to then see those characters come to life. But if you're looking for an enjoyable animation with characters you've never met before and a decent story, this isn't necessarily going to be it. This was released in 1969. It's directed by Chuck Jones and Ben Washam, and it's written by Walt Kelly based on the comic strip by Walt Kelly. And I'd never heard of the comic strip. I did have a little look just for some very basic research, and it looks very cute. It definitely looks quite sweet. So I imagine if you have read the comic strips, if you're a fan of the characters already, then this could definitely be a fun way to help further bring those characters to life. But watching it as somebody who was just looking for an animation I'd never seen before, who had no knowledge of the characters, I didn't really get anything out of it personally. So I think the experience might be different depending on what your perspective is. We do have a great voice cast though, including Tremayne, Foray, Chuck Jones, Walt Kelly, and Todd Kausen. And the characters are quite sweet. We have, well, Pogo is a possum. We have these other kind of woodland-esque creatures and other animals, and they're basically all talking about holidays. And what I will say is that there's an overwhelming number of holidays and celebration days, and on the one hand, that's fantastic because sometimes we get days off work for those, but at the same time, I imagine a lot of it is very commercialized, and it's all about them sharing their different holidays and how they celebrate those holidays. And I was going to say it's interesting enough. I don't know if it is. I feel like after maybe the first 5-10 minutes, the whole thing is about 25 minutes, the concept began to wear a little bit thin for me. So I'd say to begin with, it was quite fascinating, and I think a lot of that is also because I had hope that I would end up enjoying it. But as it went on and I realised that that's actually not the case, I didn't really care for it, I feel like I did start to lose interest relatively quickly, certainly by about the halfway mark. So it is an interesting concept. I'd say to begin with, it was quite fascinating, and I am impressed by how many different holidays and celebration days were actually mentioned in this. The characters do look like they'd be quite interesting. I feel like if I had a stronger relationship with the characters, that's something that could be built up over time. And if you are a fan of the comic strip, then yeah, I say it probably might be a fun way to help bring those characters a little bit more to life. Of course, I could be wrong about that. If you're a fan of the comic strip and you hate this, please feel free to share that. But judging it from my perspective, as somebody who was just looking for a cute animation, who had never even heard of Pogo before, I can't say I really enjoyed it. It was fascinating enough to begin with, but once I kind of realised what it was about, it maybe wasn't as engaging as I would have liked. Do I recommend it? I guess so. If you're a fan of Pogo, I'd say check it out. Let me know what you think of it. Is it typical of the characters in the comic strip? If you are unfamiliar with Pogo, and it sounds like it might appeal to you, then give it a go. You might like it more than I did. It's not horrendous. It is watchable, but it definitely wasn't that enjoyable the more it went on. So the Pogo special, birthday special, might work for some people. It worked for me a little bit, but ultimately, I didn't end up loving it. It's fine. I won't be watching it again.